Over the summer, a school board in Chino Valley, California, took the radical position that parents should know if their son or daughter decided to switch genders. Folks in Sacramento were not happy about that. All right, that was the superintendent of California schools getting booed out of the school board meeting last month. The school board meeting then passed the policy that required parental notification. Today, teachers and staff are required to notify parents within 3 days if their child declares a new gender identity. Nevertheless, the state of California says they still know better than the parents and the school board that the parents elected. So the state is suing to reverse the policy. Here's California's Attorney General Rob Bonta.
Let's call this policy what it is. It is a forced outing policy. It has already harmed and continues to threaten their mental, emotional, and physical well-being.
All right, Attorney General Rob Bonta. Chino, of course, has heard that all before. Back with us now, Sonja Shaw, president of the Chino Valley Unified School District Board. It's good to see you. We appreciate it. Are you harming the mental, emotional, and physical well-being of kids?
Absolutely not. If anything, we are fostering those emotions by bringing their parents back into the picture, as they should be.
All right, so how does this work, this lawsuit against the school board? They're saying, I guess, that state law supersedes what the school board decides?
Yeah, but it's not even state law. What Bonta is doing is trying to make new law and enforce new law without letting it go through the process. See, when we brought this policy forward, we made sure that it wasn't breaking any law. And in Bonta's lawsuit that we actually had to find out from the press prior to us getting the notification from him, it clearly states that he's trying to say that the students have, there's a privacy law for the students, which does not exist. The privacy law and the guidelines that he's speaking of were actually put in place to protect the students from third party and government officials just as themselves. So I think it's a joke that he's flexing his political muscle, trying to do all he can to keep the parents out of their child's life.
All right, so you've got the California Attorney General. We understand the superintendent, the guy who was booed out of the meeting, is running for governor. So there's a political angle to this. I'm thinking just about the money. Who pays for this lawsuit? How much is it going to cost?
Yeah, you tell me. I think it's really sad in a time like this when we have criminals walking free and our children are failing at English, math, writing, every subject pretty much. We're 40th in the nation, and they're using our district resources to tell the parents that they don't want the children to be, their parents to be involved in the child's life. I think it's an embarrassing statement for them, especially if they're going to be running for a higher office. I think it also sends the message that they want to dictate and they don't want to allow local control. They'll do everything they can. And,
so you don't give any weight to that they have a sincerely held belief that there are situations where kids are confused or going through identity crises, and if they are outed, quote unquote, to their parents, that they will be put in some type of harm. You don't believe that there's the people who are advocating for that position, that's a sincerely held belief on their part?
I do not believe that's a sincere belief from the political cartel of Bonta, Thurman, and Newsom. I'll be honest. If they cared, then they would put policies in place to get those children in a safe spot. Because here's what they're saying to us. If you don't notify the parent and they have these children that are at risk, they're willing to send them into the home every single day. When they're calling this the outing policy, but if the child's going to the teacher and saying they want to change this or that, they're already coming out to their peers. So you tell me, with social media and the parents' ability to go on campus at any time, they won't find out? So to me, you're actually sending that child into a dangerous space, as he claims, into these hateful homes without putting any safeguards. So, I mean, I'll still offer the conversation that I've asked to have these, this conversation between him and I, so we can talk about these situations, because, he's
look, talking about this and having reasoned conversation is the way you hopefully end up with a good resolution. We asked the Attorney General to come on to talk about this. Quote, "We don't anticipate we'll be able to accommodate an interview." You're willing to be here. Speaks a lot about how you view your standpoint. I guess their position says a lot about how they view theirs. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.